What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine?
Are you...
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gui. What's going on? Hi, Traveler.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost.
No, listen to me.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man...
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes.
So...
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride. So when we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding... Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like... Hey! Who's talking about me behind my back?
Changsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Changsheng, now, my dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much...
Yes, Uncle...
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say?
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride.
Is that Ayu?
Whoa, yeah, it is.
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine. So I would very much like to...
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd have...
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but...
Family...
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu?
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who...
Well, that complicates things. The city...
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Hey there, buddy.
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join...
Oh, thank goodness. We were just... As for updates... I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the...
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad.
That's okay. Thank you for...
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hotel! My, who do we have here? My worst nightmare. I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingsa Village. You were supposed to come to...
My name is Jiao.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo. Sorry, Hutao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to... Huh? Oh, come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't. Why do I get the sense that you spotted... Use what? What are you talking about?
There are traces of God remain.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. I'm sorry.
God.
There's no need. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular.
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being... Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jiali. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake. You must be pleased you brought the traveler along.
Well, time is of the essence. Blockages within the cardiovasculars? I see. I suppose that...
Dr. Baizhu?
Don't you worry. Baishu's a really great...
Ayu, do you know when your father first started?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for...
So it's been a long time in... No. I have a treatment plan. Come and see me again tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who...
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at... See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chunk.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll...
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those Yeah, you must be curious too, right? With the wind. While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docks doing... Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions. Guilty as charged. So, oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu... Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first... Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods... These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still... Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so... Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother. Wow, fancy that! According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle. Because after that encounter, my grandpa had a huge argument with him. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor. while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu. Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue after. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met, and on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition. In what way? Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. But even that says to me, one thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for... After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jia Liang is doing.
Dad!
Oh,
Dad, you remember me!
yes. I remember now. Oh, are you...
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baishu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is...
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu.
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence, but how did you accomplish?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse
Oh, come on, Baizhu. Yeah, I've been stuck indoors for too.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect it? But in any case, why must you keep this a secret?
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing.
What did I just say, Traveler? Paimon. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force. Baizhu.
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng. I believe the irregularities with Jia Liang's heart meridian. The poison has not been purged from Jia Liang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my...
Changsheng? You can do that? Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti. Back in Chenyu Vale, I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long... Whoa.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods.
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in...
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs some... Baiju, don't you think you should...
Entire life. Thank you,
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jia Liang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look at, as well as investigating Jia Liang's exposure to the poison. Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times and—
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds and—
She was indeed. We studied medicine. She is several years older than I and also began her travel—
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime— Wait, Changsheng, are you saying—
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master. But for whatever reason, the last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel.
Quarrel? I don't know.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that—
Oh, so that's why you—
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be—
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so—
What the— Okay, that was the—
Let's leave the idle chatter. Let's split up. But if anyone—
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden.
You sense it too? Is it?
No. Your eyes do not deceive you. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in The Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of— If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison and
Offshoots? So, the main—
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly—
The gall of the— Wait, so—
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source—
This is getting crazier and— Hey! Since this poison was carefully hidden away— You mean Jialiang? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here. And who might have— Huh? So you're saying— It was Jiang— Wait, but that doesn't make—
I agree.
Look at the facts, though. How many people—
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question— Yes. according to the origins and symptoms of diseases. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, do you know anything about god remains in Chingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not these days. She has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force
Whoa. What? Enter a contract? Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join with my assistance in rebalancing your chi. Not only can you extend your life
stronger and healthy? Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts'
temperament? Ugh, Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baiju, you're...
This is exactly why your natural temperament...
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at...
With how antisocial they are? If it were a... What?
Seems you're as well connected as they...
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time.
Well, this is...
Huh? It's you.
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. The lantern right when we met briefly. I was...
Huh? You two...
Our paths have crossed once. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to I now know what you seek. It is true that a vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this. The land was finally cleansed of poison. When Rex Lapis used statue, the seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the... However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to invest... I do not like to intervene against... But when demonic forces are involved, things conspire. I do not wish to sway decisions that are... Immortality may not be the blessed...
I shall treasure your words.
Farewell.
What a strange adeptus.
That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a...
Master! Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine.
Already? Based on past
It seemed... Everyone, back to Boo Boo...
Time to act.
I don't want to. It tastes gross.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Dad, what's...
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be...
How is he doing?
Dr. Baiju, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up...
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and...
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu.
Baiju's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurt?
Much better, IU. Wait.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? I don't know how I can begin to repay.
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet.
I'll come with.
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang.
Though, on the bright side.
Traveler? Baiju hasn't shown his face Huh? You're finally awake? That was far too...
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any... Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn.
So, how much longer? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time. Surely he hasn't. Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he...
I made it, and as a result, his life...
What? You mean, even...
Yes. But more pertinently, Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to make... Though it was created from God remain...
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have...
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hard. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse. And why...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many, to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible.
Well, I think that it's... In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long... And given that she's already been missing for several days...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
Ah! It's Jialiang!
Dr. Baiju, please let me... You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer... After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first... I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to...
Be careful. If you get too...
No! Before I forget everything...
This trip will be extremely dangerous.
I never expected to live this long. There's only one thing I fear now, and that...
Very well.
Dr. Baiju? Are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each.
Dr. Baiju?
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the...
Okay.
It's just like the day I went missing.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But Jialiang, can you sense which direction the...
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inner...
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep...
This place getting
The digging marks here appear amateur.
a thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around.
Judging by the tools they left, but why did they abandon this?
I remember now, but she said that the method would...
Easy, Jialiang.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. I'll catch up.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling
A monster-repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monster... No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted... After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this...
That's right. This is where... I told you...
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going.
Off we go!
I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. A bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Leave it all to me.
Eyes on me! See?
any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here? There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Let's light it up!
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
Not bad.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life...
Then what are we waiting for? It's not as simple as that. The poison within Jialiang's body is... And if the source is purged, the poison... and the poison within Jialiang... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here...
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working, Baiju. You're a great doc...
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight.
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give...
But Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the day. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around it, if my choice can bring Jiangli back, then...
Jialiang?
After cheating death for so long... Traveler...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jialiang?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were...
What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang...
I've seen many final farewells in my time.
In the human realm, all things must at least... That's what generations of...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who... I cannot help but think that theirs are the
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you get... If you could only see him now. So... I've said my goodbyes.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. And
I'll take it. At the very least.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will...
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear...
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Dad, are you...
Didn't I... Huh?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way?
Dr. Baiju?
Die? You did
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an... Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, but however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to...
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for... In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, and even this would have counted for nothing without Director Who's assistance. After all, did you not tell...
Oops.
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found...
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then.
Director Who told me to keep her
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last turn. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming...
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better...
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another...
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to sell... At times like...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I left.
Yay! Paimon kill! Alright, first things first.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just...
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu. Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, but I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed. Not just that, you even Baizhu, be honest with me.
Huh. Told you the truth.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changshang's contract lets you
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art, when I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences.
But you took such a huge risk. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was... But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against...
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say...
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to... Can you still stop before it's too...
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Everyone...
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even Dad'll be able to taste...
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiang.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by...
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master...
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me, did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of, they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer.
So,
I suppose that Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principle.
huh? But
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, if disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to pair precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host.
even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First, you want to save others.
But isn't for a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the...
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting?
We also have coconut milk for Changshan.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes.
True. And yet, are such things as these not precise?